Tokyo is about to explode. Streamlined Pictures presents a state-of-the-art adventure, Akira.
Okay, today's video is a bit of a nostalgic one for me. If you know me, I've probably stated this before or told you this story before because it is near and dear to my heart. And it's a little backstory on how I got this guy, and especially the bike. The story goes, it was apparently bring your child to work day, and my father decided to bring me. So I went to his little cubicle and stuff, and I went up there, and I remember sitting down, and he opened up his drawer, and then he pulled Kaneda and his bike out, and he handed it to me, and it was for me to take home and keep, and that was a huge deal to me. That was a huge deal. This became a staple, a really big thing for me as a kid. I wish I still had the picture. I had a picture that I drew of it on a piece of blue construction paper with crayons, and I drew Kaneda and his bike. I really wish that I still had it, but I mean, it was a big deal. And I watched Akira, or at least parts of it I remember, especially the bike scene where Kaneda's buddy chucks a dude, or a dude goes through like a restaurant window. I always thought that was really cool. Moving on from that, we moved, and I ended up losing the original Kaneda figure, and I faintly remember my dad having the standing version of Kaneda, but I don't know if he did or didn't, but I remember seeing it, so it was somewhere, probably on the back of the box that had this, or the box that had Tetsuo, which you no longer have. I don't know where on earth that thing went, but somehow I ended up still having the bike, and it was put in a box somewhere, and then we moved here and ended up finding it again, and only recently was I on the hunt to find another figure for it. And so it wouldn't, just be a bike. That'd be weird. So I went to a vintage toy shop with my dad and saw this guy for, I think it was $20, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. So bought him. Now he's on the bike, and then I got that from my uncle, who might be watching this video, probably not, I don't know, but got that from my uncle for about $10, and that was very, very, very recently. Okay, enough, story time. Let's get into the two figures themselves. My opinion, overall, I really like the proportions on this guy. I think this dude's face looks really stinking weird, really weird. But that's just my personal taste. I'm going to look at my least favorite right now. And this guy is pretty static. I think his head no. His head does not move. I put those right there because they were broken. And I was gluing them. I don't know if you can see right there, but I glued it. And I had to put it somewhere where it wouldn't, fall apart. So I just put it in his hand. But his wrist can move like that. It's, not the same deal with this one. This one's completely and totally static. Right here, there's a gap, so you would think that his arm would move. It kind of does, barely. I'm afraid to move that any more than that because it's so old. The leg right here is separated, so you can twist that a little bit, and the same with the ankle. Now, down here, these little straps, they feel like actual leather or fabric. So that's a cool touch. And the same with his jacket. His jacket feels like an actual jacket, which is a very neat touch that Mcfarlane Toys added. And the same can be said about this one, except I think he is the superior one because he can stand and he can sit down on the bike. His knees aren't static, they can bend. His feet can rotate completely, and I'm not afraid to do it. And his ankle or shin can move independently. His arm can go all the way around, and it is the same with this one, all the way around. This can kind of twist, same with this. The head actually moves, the neck moves. It's nice. And you get side to side and kind of an ab crunch right there. Saggy butt. But yeah, he's got to be my favorite one, especially since, again, this feels like leather, and his pants are made of a fabric that really make it feel cool. And same with his jacket. The only problem is he's not necessarily, I don't think this guy's really made to stand. He doesn't want to stand. Let's go to the bike. Now, here we have it. Very, very, very iconic bike. Here you can see it says immigrant, corrupt, hold on. And I don't have a clue what that says because I am not Asian. And you get the same thing around here. Get a little frowny face. He's not very happy. There's the back. If you look up here, this can open up and reveal some detail, which is painted in a metallic little coat. I don't know if I can get real up close. I want to. But right here, it has your kilometers. It's going 130 kilometers an hour, I'm guessing. And then it's got some other readouts up here. These are meant to be the mirrors, and they have a metallic paint applied. Here, I guess you have navigation controls, all that funness, and this moves a little bit right here. I can close down again, and if you flip it over, I think it's this way. Yeah, it says 2000 Mash Room Company Ltd. Mcfarlane Toys 2000, made in China. Here's a little kickstand that you can fold down if you want it to just sit like that, but I usually have it out, so it's got that to rest on. The wheels spin freely. It's a cool bike. I like it. All in all, I have a nostalgic attachment to this figure and the movie. And so I'm going to be a little bit biased, but I'm going to try to not be. I would give this an 8 out of 10. The quality, I'd say, is a 10 out of 10. It's really old. It's not really worn, but it still looks pretty good to me. Other than that dude's face, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But other than that, I think these are two fantastic figures, and if you like the movie, I think it is a very cool thing to have. Other than that price, because holy cow, that is insane. Y'all jokers got money though, so it's all good. That is it. Thank you guys for watching that entire video. I know it was painful. If you want to watch more videos that give you pain, I would follow my Instagram and then follow my TikTok. Ta-da!